Okay, everyone, I'm going to give this another go. Hello, I'm Roxanne Carn, personal wardrobe stylist, and I'm based in Dallas, Texas. And while I'm based in Dallas, we actually work all over the country transforming women's wardrobes and transforming their lives. And I'm so excited to be with you here today. Happy Monday, first of all, and happy belated Thanksgiving. I hope that you all had a wonderful holiday. I was just online going live a few minutes ago, and we had some technical difficulties with the mic and the sound. So hopefully that is recovered, and hopefully you can hear me. So, Annie, when you have a chance to check in and see, hopefully you can hear me. And I'm going, yep, I'm good. Awesome. Awesome. So, anyway, happy holidays. Again, so happy to be here. And this is an especially a wonderful and exciting day for us because today, right now, is our inaugural show of Hot Happenings, Roxanne Style Scoop. And it is a weekly show that I will have here with you every Monday at 12 p.m. Central Time, 1 p.m. Eastern Time. And for all of you in the Mountain Time Zone and the Pacific Time Zone, you have to figure that out. You'll either be 1 or 2 hours behind me. But 12 p.m. Central Time, I'm going to be live with you here in YouTube to share with you really what's kind of going on in the world of fashion and style and my thoughts on, all the things that I see every single day when dressing and styling my clients, and just really have an opportunity to have really fun, but also meaningful and hopefully thoughtful discussions and conversations with you about kind of what's going on in this space. So, yeah, I'm going to be here every single week. And for those of you that are not familiar with me, again, my name is Roxanne Carn. I've had my personal styling business now actually 10 years. This is our 10-year anniversary, which has been a phenomenal year for us and a phenomenal year for growth. And when I say us and we have a small but mighty team. So there's myself. We also have Zara Peck. She is our senior stylist. She onboarded with us a couple of months ago. So we're getting her all ramped up and ready for 2024. Can't believe that 2024 is just around the corner. That's just so hard to take in. But we have Zara. We also have Annie. Annie is also a fairly new member of our team. She manages pretty much all of our digital content. So everything that you see that goes out in social media, newsletters that we send out to clients, kind of anything in that digital realm, Annie is there to get the communications out. So very, very critical member of our team, and she's in-house. So I'm so lucky to have her. She relocated from Nashville, recent college grad, and is doing phenomenal so far. So we have Annie, and then we have also Rosa. And Rosa, she is my right hand from an operations and admin standpoint. Rosa has been with me for just a hair over 2 years now, so it's been a little while. But we are partners in crime when it comes to, prepping for our client fittings, checking in inventory. Rosa pretty much does almost all the steaming for our clients. When we go to clients' homes and we're doing wardrobe inventory, getting pictures of what they own, Rosa's got the photo board out, like the whole nine. She manages a lot of communication with our clients as well. So yeah, a very, very integral part of the team. And then finally, we have my husband, Michael, who is kind of the non-official team member, but I actually suppose he is official at the end of the day. Michael is really my CFO, so he keeps an eye on the cash flow and all the things money wise. I do. I also am very, very have a very, very keen eye on the money, but he just kind of manages everything, working with our bookkeeper, getting reports done, and so on. So he's so helpful there. But Michael, I always joke, he's also my shipping and receiving manager. So he is the one that a lot of times will be hauling in all of the boxes that we get from our brands and retailers that we work with when we are prepping for our client fittings, and also is responsible for shipping them out. So that's kind of an overview of who we are. And when people think about the idea of a personal stylist, or working with someone in this realm, automatically a lot of people think about Hollywood. Even though I trained in Hollywood, right? But they think about celebrity. They think about red carpet, and or people that just have like endless, like, gobs and gobs and gobs of money. Yes, there is that aspect of it in the personal styling realm, but what's unique about what I do and what I'm super proud of is that I work one on one. Both myself and Zara, we work one on one with our clients who are, quote, everyday women. And when I say everyday women, I mean women that are mothers, women that are career professionals, women that are business owners, right? These are the women that we serve. And a lot of people don't necessarily think, oh my gosh, personal stylist, could I work with the personal stylist? I'm not a celebrity. Absolutely. You totally, totally can. And I've been doing it for 10 years straight. Okay. And we are busy. We stay busy. So it's really exciting to be invited into a very private space with our clients, because look, we're dealing with women, their psyche, their image, their body. We're wrapping our hands all around it. And it's just a blessing that we get to do this pretty much kind of day in and day out. So that's really just a little bit about us and the show. Or I should say us. I want to talk about the show. So the show really is it's kind of like my time to just kind of talk about what's on my mind, as I'm coming and going day to day with clients, what I'm seeing in the industry, what I'm seeing in the business of fashion. It's so fast moving. There's so many aspects of it. A lot of it is fun. A lot of it is not fun. Or a lot of it is also introspective, especially when we're getting into discussions about body image. And I coined myself a couple of years ago a title of style therapist, because I totally am a style therapist. I help develop the great looks, but a lot of times I'm working inside, again, that psyche of the woman who is trying to get over something in her life, and it really just is a roadblock for her really looking and feeling her best. So that is really at the heart of what we do, and I'm so, so proud of it. So yeah, that's basically what this show is going to be about. So we're going to have different segments of the show. Some will repeat week to week, some may not. Kind of just depends on what's going on. I want this to be kind of easy and flexible and fun, and I definitely want you to be involved. This show is not about me; it is about what I'm hearing from you. So whether you work with me as a client or not, doesn't matter. We have a comment section, right? Drop your comments in the comment section. Let me know what you're thinking of in terms of the discussions that we're having. You let me know, do you agree? Do you disagree? Are you, having a completely different perspective? Is there an anecdote that you want to share? Drop that in the comment section. Also, ideas. If you say, Roxanne, you know what? I want you to talk about this, we can incorporate it in the next show. This again is kind of a two-way street. A lot of the content that I generate, even just from our blog that we have, a lot of it comes from the pulse that we keep on what's going on out there. And our clients and followers are really at the heart of that. So if you're not subscribed to my YouTube channel, go ahead and subscribe right now and click that notification bell, because you really want to be in the know for when new content drops. Again, this show is going to be run weekly, but I also post videos on, again, happenings in the fashion world, special things that I want to share with you. We have shorts that go out pretty much almost every single day. So definitely, you want to get that notification. You want that subscription. And if you're not following me, on Instagram. That's another way for us to communicate as well. You can DM me. My Instagram handle is at Roxanne Carn underscore stylist. I will have all of this also in our show notes that will be pinned to the top of the comment section or the chat section. Okay. So any, links that I want to share with you, cool things that I want you to read or check out or recommend that you should buy, everything that I talk about in the show will be noted in the show notes. All right. So let's go ahead and get started. All right. So our first topic today, let me go ahead and set this up. Our first topic today is centered on memories. So a Monday memory. Okay. And what I want to do is take a look at the history of some fashion trends, right? Um, Everyone knows that fashion is so cyclical. It comes, it goes, things that were like hot on the block, 2 years ago, not so much now. Things that we were wearing back, 20, 30, 40 plus years ago comes back into style, right? So this year was really interesting because we've seen a lot of vintage trends come to the surface. So I want to talk about some of these, and I'm going to share the link as well for this article I'm going to share. So I'm going to change my view here, and we're going to look at the desktop. Let me take this away so that we can check this out here. All right. So this website is lavintage.com. So a shout out to LA Vintage. Let me give a little round of applause. Hopefully you can hear that. Can you hear that, Addie? It's a delay. Okay. Hopefully you can hear the applause. But LA Vintage is they're a vintage and consignment shop based in Los Angeles. And LA is like such a great hub for so many vintage pieces. I know when I was interning and assisting celebrity stylists back in the day in LA, we would have a lot of great finds at these types of places. And, with our whole push in terms of sustainability and upcycling and recycling, vintage has really taken off. So I thought it would be cool just to kind of check out, they because they handle so many clothes. I think it would be so cool just to see what they know is trending for 2023. So we've got vintage t-shirts, sweatshirts, workwear, oh my gosh, jeans. Yes. Denim, definitely. Retro patterns are hot. Oh my gosh, Y2K. So I'm gonna be sharing a relic with you in a moment when I come back on screen. But yeah, Y2K fashion definitely has been trending. We have Regency core. So this is our kind of like period pieces, florals. Even I would say maybe the top that I'm wearing today is a little bit of a Regency core. Um, plaid, plaid definitely has made a comeback this year for sure. Stripes. I just actually was styling a lookbook for a client, and she has several stripes. Stripes are really big this year. Leather jacket, tie dye clothing. So a whole lot. Chokers. So this is the one that I'm going to be bringing up to you. um, and I'll tell you the story about it. But anyway, these are, I think again, it's fun to kind of go down memory lane a little bit and think about, okay, what did we used to wear that brought us joy, that we still have, that we can still rock? Hopefully it still fits, right? That you like have a great story about. So yeah, just wanted to share that little that website, and again that will be located in the show notes, but I'm going to show you a little relic that I have, and this is from, for me, this is from like the late 90s to the early 2000s. So we saw that on the blog right now, right on the LA Vintage blog. So chokers. So it's so funny because yesterday I was looking for what was I doing? I was unpacking because okay, so side story. We recently moved, and I forgot to mention this. And you'll see my team coming and going. Hey, it's Monday, it's a business day, we're working, right? We're getting women styled. But we recently moved into this home and we're doing just a whole lot of um, I want to say remodeling, but refinishing. Okay, so we're restyling the home. This is our office space right here. Off to my right is our studio. And if you watch some of YouTube videos, you probably will see my older studio, but we got one coming up for Lafayette 148, which highlights the new studio. So you'll see that. And my dressing room is to my left. And so all of this is a work in progress. You're going to see the background transform. We don't have wall hangings up quite yet. We do have to paint. We'll probably get some wall hangings up in the meantime, though, because I just got to get the stuff off my floor. But you'll see the space transform in the next few weeks. And I'm so excited. We got our Christmas tree going. We still got to decorate it. Rosa, you want to say hi to the YouTube people? Hey, everybody, there's Rosa, my right hand I was telling you about. And this opening that you see back here, we're actually going to be putting in some French doors. The French doors arrived late last week. They're downstairs. They just have to get painted and installed. And did I say, I said my husband was a CFO. I said he was our shipping and receiving manager, but he's also the in-house handyman and carpenter. My husband like does almost everything. I'm so blessed. I'm so blessed. So anyway, coming back to this. So I found this yesterday because we're still unpacking. We only moved here like, I don't know, like close to 3 months now, and I'm still unpacking my dressing room. And I found this choker and it took me down memory lane. Look at this. It's simple. It's cute. It's got like a little bit of like purple. It kind of actually goes with my top. But do you remember, ladies, when chokers were all the range in like the late 90s, early 2000s? And I remember wearing this bad boy. Anytime I wore it, of course, this had to be the center of attention. And I would do like a strapless dress with it, having a sexy look. At that time, I think it was before I started my locks. And at that time, I had my hair in like a short little bob. So I would have like just full exposure, like highlighting this choker and other ones. But I just thought it was so funny when I saw this. I was like, okay, this is perfect timing because I knew I was going to be talking about going down memory lane and here this shows up. So I just want to know, give me, if you want to put in the comment section, give me like a thumbs up or a number one. Type in one if you rocked chokers in like the 90s and 2000s, or if you have any that you still rock today. Chokers have evolved. They're not completely dated, okay? But they definitely have made a comeback in 2023 in a more, I would say, updated way. So yeah, drop a comment and let me know what you think about the chokers and what pieces that you have that kind of take you down memory lane in terms of fashion. It can be an accessory, can be an outfit, whatever works for you. All right. So next, I want to talk about a trend that we have been seeing this year, big time, and it is centered on the color red. Okay. So red is means a lot of things to a lot of people. From a geographical standpoint, from a cultural standpoint, different parts of the world look at red differently. So in China, it is considered a color that is used for prosperity and luck. In India, it's a sign of purity, that color red. And in the Western culture, it's more centered toward love and passion. So since are in the West, right, that's what it really means to us. And, with red, everyone can wear red, but it's got to be the right type of red for you. Okay. So if you are a client of mine, one of the very first things that we do is determine your colors, your 60 best colors. Okay. We do a color analysis so we know what we need to be rocking with, what we need to stay the heck away from. Okay. And in everyone's palette, there is red. Okay. But red, it's an important color, for a lot of people because that's a color that you wear when you want to be seen. You are making a statement. And I'm all about making statements visually. That's a whole, like, seriously, that's the whole point of fashion and style, right? We don't want to be resting on our laurels. We want to be able to take a bold step. But the color red, we have just been seeing it everywhere in tops, bottoms, dresses, shoes, handbags, scarves, hats, jewelry, right? It is a really, really powerful color. And I do think that there is room for it in everyone's wardrobe. Again, that caveat being that we have the right type of red. Okay. So, for example, for me, and I'll just grab this right here because I just happen to have it. Um, this is a really saturated red. This is a red that is not great for me. My reds are more of a wine Bordeaux color. So, kind of going into adding some pink to it, um, deeper reds. I'm a toned autumn. So, if you take kind of this red and add gray to it, just kind of toning it down. But they're going to be complexions out there, skin colors where this red pops. Like, for instance, like tinted winters, for example. Okay. It's just a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful color. And I would challenge you, and I'm curious for those that are watching, whether you're watching live or if you're watching a replay, you know, what do you feel about the color red? I have some clients that are absolutely in love, absolutely, absolutely in love with the color red. And that is their like love language, when it comes to clothing. But then I have clients that are just like, nope, no red. They think it's a little bit too saucy. They think it's a little bit too much. And I think a lot of it too does come, a lot of it comes from our cultures, right? Where we grew up, what our, especially like our mothers, like what our mothers think. And this is like a whole, I want to have a separate talk about this in another show, how mothers influence how we perceive ourselves in terms of image and style. But sometimes, people look at it, the red color as a negative to wear. And it's something that they avoid. But I think it's a really important color to rock with because it is so beautiful. And again, once you find the right tone that's for you, it can really, really do wonders for your wardrobe or for your outfit when you are wearing and styling it the best way. So that is a trend that we have definitely been seeing for this 2023. I'm really excited to see what 2024 is going to bring. All right. Okay, so moving right along, um, you know, I can't have a show without having a little promotion, right? Right? About what we do. So what's really interesting is that in the 10 years in business, I have never, I've never, ever, ever put my services on sale. Um, it's a premium for investing in yourself. And also, there's a lot of work. People just kind of see, oh, the end result, fantastic outfits, but a lot of people don't really understand the literal like grunt work and physical work that goes into styling so many clients throughout the course of even one season, much less 4 seasons, right? But this year I wanted to give things a try and have a little Black Friday sale. So we had a Black Friday sale that's gone really, really well, and we've extended it into Cyber Monday. So basically, what I'm doing is offering 20% off of all of my personal styling services, both for new clients as well as existing clients. So if you have thought about you know, upping your style game, like really wrapping your hands around your wardrobe, you know, having a conversation with yourself to say, I really need to get this together, right? Now's the time to do it. So I will share with you, and we'll have again, we'll have this in the show notes, but I just want to share some highlights of the style packages that I have that are on sale right now. Okay. And the blog post has, some additional information up top, but I'm just want to share with you again, we're doing 20% off. So this first package, it's a new package, the Style Foundation. This is actually where I start with all of my clients, and I broke it out as a separate package because I think it's a great way to dip your toe in the water if you're not really sure what to expect in terms of working with a stylist, or even if you just want to get that foundation and you want to press and go on your own. This is an ideal package, and it makes a great gift. All of these make a great gift, but right now it's priced at $3.99. Our Cyber Monday deal ends at midnight tonight. Okay, so if you go to roxannecarn.com/blog, if you go to our blog post and check out our CPS, Roxanne Carn Personal Stylist Cyber Black Friday, Cyber Monday sale, you will see the blog, and all you have to do is click on it. Click on Get It Now, and it will take you to the page where you can set up the services. I also offer a closet edit. It's on sale right now for $799. It's a 3-hour appointment where we're getting your foundation done. We're going through a majority of your closet. We're working through a checklist that is gold for you. It's a checklist that I've personally developed. And then after that, I send you your own custom digital style folio. So it's a $200 in savings. It's normally $9.99, but I've got it for $7.99 right now. And you're probably wondering, well, Roxanne, you're in Dallas. I'd love to work with you and do a closet edit, but I'm not in Dallas. Geography is not a limitation. At the top of the show, I told you we travel. We travel to our clients, or clients travel to us. I've had clients come from Austin, Houston. We had a client recently that came from Minnesota. I had a client come from Atlanta where they brought their closet here. And when I say their closet, the pieces that were the most kind of like confusing to them, or they weren't sure if it was the right fit for them, if it's the right color, those question marks, they packed it and they brought it us to here in Dallas. So the closet edit can be done here. But if you prefer for us to come to you, we will come to you. Of course, if we're traveling for you, you are going to be paying for the our travel expenses, right? Our flight and all that. But we're in and out. We fly in the morning, we get with you for our appointment, and then we fly back home that evening. So that's the closet edit package. A day in style. This is where we do a whole lot. So we're getting the style foundation done. We're doing a closet edit in the morning hours. We go through the ultimate wardrobe checklist as well. Then we go out to lunch together, and then we spend the afternoon shopping. That is normally $29.99, but I've got it on sale for $23.99. One of my clients who is out of state this weekend, she got the deal and she actually bought this for her husband. And I mainly style I would say my bread and butter in terms of styling clients is women, but I do style men too on occasion, right? And a lot of times they're husbands or boyfriends or sons, or sometimes fathers of my clients, right? So the relationship is already there. But yeah, the day in style package is a great way to kind of again dip your toe in the water, maybe do a little bit of shopping and get some wins. And then finally, the granddaddy of them all, the Luxe Styling Experience. This is for the individual that really wants to just press reset. Um, they maybe have some great clothes that they love, but don't really know what to do with them. They may have a bunch of clothes that they don't know what to do anything with. They may not have any clothes and they need to rebuild. Again, this is for the client that really needs to start over. And we do everything, as I just mentioned, the style foundation. So the body type analysis, style archetype analysis, color analysis, closet edit checklist. We do the custom style folio. I then and go into curation mode. So what you guys don't see, or you may actually see some of this behind the scenes in Instagram, but a majority of the work that I do is centered on curating and styling my clients, right? So I'm not only styling what they have, I am buying clothes for them and styling those new clothes, but I'm also integrating it into their existing wardrobe so they have look after look after look. And let me tell you, the value of that is priceless. It is absolutely priceless. And then to cap it off, what we have is a fitting appointment that usually takes the place in my studio here. Or if we're traveling to a client out of state, we'll travel and have the fitting at their home, but we are going through and trying each piece on to make sure that it's perfect, and also looking to see, well, what's not working, what don't you love, and why. So it's a lot of fun. It's very, very, very introspective. There's a lot of discovery that happens in it as well, because 9 times out of 10 we're getting clients in clothes that they never would have picked for themselves. And then the capstone to that look styling experience is a digital lookbook. So basically, having all of the pieces styled for you. That's what we do. And it's your own like blueprint, because there are images, there are complete outfits that have the top, the skirt, the boots, the jacket, the earrings, all of it in digital format. And it is ready for you to just employ day to day, whether you're going to work, whether you're going out for a date, whether you're preparing for that Zoom call. Everything is styled for you. And that is the key to effortless style. So right now, that is just $59.99. It's usually $74.99, $7,499. But again, it's 20% off. And that expires tonight. It does not include travel expenses or a wardrobe budget. Neither does a day in style. The wardrobe budget is something you and I would determine one on one. But it's huge savings, and hopefully, a light for you to say, you know what, this is the time to do it. So again, it expires tonight at midnight. And if you are an existing client of ours, if you check your emails, I sent you that Black Friday and Cyber Monday deal last week, okay? It's still on till tonight. If you're an existing client that is working with me, day to day, one on one, you can get retainer hours. Okay. So the retainer hours, and oops, I know we got a little bit of lunch back there. No, that's okay. Sorry for any noise. I'm not sure if you can actually hear that on your end, for everyone's that watching, but, retainer hours are also 20% off. And, we've got to start thinking for 2024. We have to start thinking about, what we are going to wear, where we're going to be. A lot of my clients are going back into the office these days. Okay. They're traveling again for business and for pleasure. And, one thing that I always like to share is success is opportunity plus preparation. Okay. I'm going to repeat it again for those of you that are in the back. Success equals opportunity and preparation. We have opportunities that come to us all the time. Opportunities in business, opportunities in love, opportunities in great relationships and friendships, so many different aspects of our lives. But oftentimes we're not prepared. The woulda, coulda, shoulda. Only if I did this, only if I had that, only if I looked like this, right? Like, this is an area of your life, ladies, that you control, okay? Your image is 100% on you, not anybody else. But don't shortchange yourself, okay? Too often do I see women, and we're actually going to be talking about this a little bit later in the show, but too often I see women just kind of like put off the inevitable, or they won't explore, they won't ask questions. Don't do that. Don't, especially when you have a bird in the hand here with 20% off, right? You can finally say yes to you and wrap your hand around your image and fundamentally change the relationship with your wardrobe. So again, a shameless plug, right, for our styling services, but there's so much value in what we do. And if you take a look at our Instagram feed, if you look at prior YouTube videos, or if you've been following for a while and look at our blog posts, you see the type of work that we do day in and day out for our clients. It's meaningful, it is life changing, and that's why I was really especially pleased to have this offering again for new clients as well as existing. So remember, it expires at midnight tonight. If you just go to that website, my blog page, and click on that article and click get it now for the package that you want, you will be on your way. We'll be in contact with you for next steps. All right. So thank you for that. And cheers to style. Yay, right? For 2024. All right. So moving right along. This is a segment of the show that I want to share with you, style secrets, right? So basically, the style secrets are just hacks. You know, hacks. It can be something that I show to you. It can be something I describe to you. But there's so many tricks of the trade and so many things that we can do to help ourselves in style that you just sometimes wouldn't even think of, right? Or know exists. This is what I want to do as part of the show. Share this with you so that when you know better, you do better, and you're able to kind of walk in this space as confidently and efficiently as well as possible. Okay. So, this style secret I'll share with you is one that I actually shared with a client in a fitting a few weeks ago. I mentioned a client that came in recently from Minnesota. Lovely, lovely lady, and she's a physician, and she always likes to have her sleeves kind of like ruched up, you know. And when we were trying on some clothes, there were some pieces where we had that opportunity to do it and it would stay. But I also showed her this style secret that I'm going to show you to give you a way that you can keep those sleeves up on your arms and have it not fall. All right. And what it is, it's really simple. I'll show it to you here. And I've got a link for these. We'll have a link for these in the show notes. But you see what I have in my hand right here? These 3 bands. So these are elastic bands, okay? They're actually metallic. These are 2 gold ones, the black one. I used to have silver ones. I actually gave her one of the silver ones. But what this is a band that you put on your arm, okay? And then you ruche that sleeve up to the length that you want it. Let me stand up so you can see. So you see, this is the normal length of this bell sleeve right here. And here I've just shortened it. Now this top is silk. This one is not super close fitting. So you're seeing that we still have a little bit of length, but I kind of more or less converted this into an almost short sleeve. It's not quite 3/4 length, right? It's closer to my elbow, but you can see the look is completely different on this side to this side, right? And all it is, ladies, is this elastic band. It's not too tight. There it is, right? Super duper easy. Style secret, nobody sees it. And then for pieces that you have that are like a little bit more fitted, or perhaps it's going to be like a knit, okay, so a sweater, cashmere, and you want to have that nice kind of layered ruche look, and you want to stay up, or a say you have a button-up shirt that you have a cuff that you want to fold over but you want to bring it up, just use this, right here, and you can easily get that, and it's not too tight, okay? So I have the link for this in the show notes, but this is a really, really great hack, and it's super comfortable. I do believe they do have different sizes, but I think if you get the standard size, I mean, look how much that stretches out to be, right? Unless you are like super duper built and you got much bigger biceps, then you maybe want to size up, but otherwise you can totally achieve that. But look how cool that is, right? So that is my style secret for you for this episode. And give me how Annie put in the in the comment section. Yes, the applause works. Yeah, let's get another round of applause for a great style secret. Okay, love it. All right, so let's talk about some style news here. Okay, so when I think about fashion, I am always thinking about it in terms of it being an art form. I'm thinking about it in terms of the innovation behind it, how it's marketed, what messages are we sending, and I mean, it's art to me. It's art. It's a lot of fun. What can I say? So anyway, as we were prepping for the show last week, this kind of came across my desk, and I wanted to share it with you. And it is and I'll share the article with you here on screen in a moment. But basically, it's a campaign for Alexander Wang, and Naomi Campbell is the model, and she poses nude for the spread. So I'll talk about kind of opinions a little bit later, but I want to show you what the advertisement is so that you go in with full knowledge and you see what it is I'm talking about. So let me go ahead and share my screen again. Let's change over. Here we go. There she is, Queen Naomi. Okay. So we have a very, I'm going to actually zoom out a little bit. Yeah, there we go. So you can see the first picture here. So very edgy look. You can see that we've got spikes kind of literally like glued onto her body. Let me move this over here so I can make sure I'm seeing what you all are seeing too. Um, and when you look at this, I mean, these are individual spikes. She's not wearing mesh. These little spikes have actually been glued onto her with some type of adhesive, body adhesive. Okay. Um, so she's looking at you kind of straight in the eyes, very serious, not playing any games, right? And then we see some shorts, some denim, raw hem shorts with a belt here. So that's look number one. Now, this is when this first came across my desk, this is the first image I saw. Let me go ahead. I'm going to take my lower third off because I want you to see the whole thing. Check that out. I mean, well, Naomi all legs, like, anyway. Um, but you see here, we've got her spikes going from the head all the way to her ankles. And then we see kind of hanging out here, the little lovely purse kind of hanging out right here, right? And really beautiful shoes as well. All right, let's take a couple more looks. So here's another shot. So now we're seeing the back of her. So again, the top half of her body, we've got the spikes added all the way. And then we've got Alexander Wang's another handbag option. This one looks more casual. The shorts again, and the belt. And let me just see, I can't remember if there was, oh yeah, there is one more picture, um, kind of a side portrait of her, and she's kind of got this kind of mohawk, razor edge wig, that, is definitely kind of goes with that kind of like spiky, like I don't really care. I'm just kind of like rocking and edging and all that. So all the things. But I'm going to come back to this picture right here. So what I wanted to ask you is, what are your thoughts on brands and designers that incorporate nudity in their marketing. And I think they're going to be two sides of the spectrum here. People that are for it or people that are against it. So press if you want to put in the comment section, let me know, like, do you look at this and look at this as art, or do you look at this and do you take offense to it? And I will say this, there's no right or wrong. Um, and I know there are some nude marketing campaigns that are definitely more salacious than others. And I mean, if we think back to like the 80s, and this didn't really involve nudity, but it definitely had a lot of adult connotation, kind of a sexual connotation to it, with Brooke Shields and Calvin Klein's, and there's nothing that comes between me and my Calvin Klein's, and that was figurative, really, and literally, at the same time. That didn't. I don't. I'm trying to remember if she was Brooke Shields actually topless, and she was maybe covering her chest, and then it was just in the jeans. Maybe that's what it was. That was so long ago. I was a young girl then. But I do remember it, and there was just a lot of controversy about it, and I can understand from that aspect why it could be something that would be looked at as being offensive. On the other hand, you have nudity. I mean, gosh, there's nudity in art. There's been nudity in art for thousands of years. Okay. Um, and I'll tell you what my opinion is on this piece. I look at this as art. Um, I think it's very interesting, um, the concept of it. It's something that we really haven't seen before, or at least I haven't seen before from head to toe. Yeah, I've seen spikes on people. Sometimes they have it like on their face, um, and that's a fashion choice of theirs. But I've never really seen it in this realm. So I'm going to come back on screen here, but I want to get your opinion on when you see marketing campaigns like this, like, where does it sit with you? And what is the message of the designer? Obviously, they want to stop you and catch your eye, right? So they want to catch your eye, but then also they're selling they're selling a product. In this case, it's purses, denim shorts, accessories, belts, and shoes, right? So we are seeing these strategically placed. Um, are your eyes going there first? Probably not. But I think the whole point of it, and is the same reaction that I had, it stops you. You're kind of scrolling along, mind your business. Okay, what's going on? This ad pops up. You're gonna stop and look at the ad. You may not know what the ad is for, like at first blush. It may take you a minute to kind of scroll or zoom in and be like, oh, there's a purse there. Oh, okay, I see they're advertising a purse. But it may take a moment to get there. But I definitely think that this is an expression of the creative direction for Alexander Wang. This is right up Alexander Wang's alley, to be honest. So, excuse me, no surprise with what we're seeing in the campaign. If anyone could pull it off, obviously Naomi Campbell, her body is banging. She's in her 50s and looks freaking amazing. She has a beautiful physique to pull off this specific look that they wanted, and she does model the pieces very beautifully. So for me, I give an applause on this, okay? Because I think it was done well. I do think it was done well. It stopped you in your tracks. You're not exposing, there weren't any private parts that were fully exposed. Um, it adds that little bit of mystique to it, but it leaves you thinking, oh my gosh, like if you saw that ad again, I bet you will remember that it was for Alexander Wang. Alexander Wang. If you go into the department store and you see that purse beautifully kind of hanging up there, waiting to be purchased by someone, you're gonna look at that and remember, oh yeah, I saw that on Naomi. You know what? That's the point. Okay. So drop a comment and let me know, what you are thinking about this ad. Again, is it something that you look as art? Is it something that does not really kind of jive with you? And I want to know why, genuinely. So make sure that you do that. And while you're watching, make sure to subscribe if you're not already subscribed. Click the like button as well. These YouTube algorithms are out here to get people, okay? Right? I want eyeballs on the show because I just have so much that I want to say and share. But make sure you click the like button if you're enjoying the content. And of course, drop your comments in. All right. So that's the first story from Hot Happenings. I've got another story for you. And let me see if I can cue this one up here. And this one came across my desk this morning. And I think, oh yeah, it wasn't across my desk. I was actually on the treadmill. When I was working out, reading kind of fashion news for the morning, I saw I was like, oh my goodness, I have to share this. I have to squeeze this in. All right. So if you are not familiar with this luxury handbag designer, Nancy Gonzalez, she is just that. She, for many years, her eponymous line, Nancy Gonzalez, she has designed some really, really beautiful handbags. And for those of you that do not know, I am a handbag fiend. I love, 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 love handbags. And luxury handbags are always just so fun and unique for me. I look at them as their own little pieces of art. And Nancy Gonzalez, she definitely fell in that realm. And I've actually curated a few of her bags for over the years for clients from time to time. If the aesthetic matched up as well as the price point, right? Because their bags are not cheap. But I came across this funny story. I mean, it's not funny, it's serious. But to me, I'm not going to lie, I laughed. I was like, are you serious? And it's talking about her pleading guilty. I'm like, pleading guilty to what? So let's have a look here. And here she is, Mrs. Nancy Gonzalez, okay? So the headline reads, designer Nancy Gonzalez pleads guilty to smuggling exotic skin designer handbags. And I'm like, what? What is it? And then the byline, she faces up to 20 years in prison and hundreds of $1,000s in fines. And I'm like, what is this? This doesn't make any sense. She designs handbags. Why is she smuggling handbags in? So as I read the story, um, what's been going on, and this is happening in Florida. And mind you, she this happened earlier in the year, and in terms of her, I suppose, being arrested. I had no idea. This was all news to me. And what she pled guilty to was that she was illegally importing these handbags that were exotics. Okay, so your reptile skin, so your python, your snake skin. It says reptile skin, so probably lizard is probably in there. They don't mention croc or anything like that. But this lady was smuggling these into the States. So it's like, okay, why? And apparently the species, and they don't, oh yeah, here it is. Oh yeah, it is python. So python and caiman skins, that those species are protected by this Convention on International Trade in Endangered Species and Wild Fauna and Flora. Okay, this is a global organization. So she got extradited from the US back to Colombia. And that happened earlier this year. And then a couple other individuals are being charged too. So apparently, this is what the prosecutors are alleging, is that she was using her relatives, friends, and employees, okay, to smuggle not one, not two, but hundreds of handbags and purses and totes here into the US, either on them, so they're coming through acting like, oh, this is my handbag, right? It's not packed, or checking it into their luggage, okay, on just normal commercial flights. So they went to straight to her showroom in New York and then were sold on to high-end retailers, okay? So here it is. At the end of the day, we're coming down to money. So we'll come back to that in a moment. So she recently, this happened last just a few days before Thanksgiving, she did plead guilty to smuggling these exotics in. Again, my mind is still blown. And she's been in jail. It says she's been in jail for more than a year. So this must have happened last year. Um, she's been in jail for smuggling these things in, and all she had to do was get the proper paperwork, right, for samples and whatnot, and like everybody else does, because the players in the exotic space as of now are Gucci, Louis Vuitton, Fendi. They play in exotics, okay, but when you get an exotic handbag, it comes with paperwork. It comes with a paper trail, so you know where it's being sourced, and that specifically that it's not coming from an endangered species. So this article goes on to say that less than 1% of the bags that she imported into the U.S. Had didn't have the documentation. Um, but it said that they were farm raised, okay? That they weren't protected species, they were farm raised. And there are brands and designers that farm raise their exotics, so that they're not going to be, dipping into and altering kind of what's going on in nature outside of that. So it goes on to say that she's facing up to 5 years in prison on the conspiracy charge alone, okay? But also up to 20 and 20 years on each of the smuggling charges, okay? Look at here. She's 70 years old. Nancy, my love. What are we doing here? Seriously. So I had to share this story with you because again, it just blew my mind, and I said it was going to come back to money. So the reason why she was doing this was that so she wouldn't pay import taxes. Because look, exotics are expensive, okay? There are thousands upon thousands, scores of thousands of dollars, okay? These are not cheap handbags. So the taxes that you pay, you're paying to import them from wherever you're sourcing them from. And then when, you're selling to the retailer, they're charging sales tax. It all comes down to money. So for me, this is just kind of like, well, I'm not paying all this money in import taxes. And look, import taxes are expensive, okay? Like, I remember early on, there was a brand in Europe, in England, that I sometimes shop from them. And if you spend over a certain amount, you have to pay the import duty taxes. And I remember I bought all this stuff, and then I'm getting a message from DHL or somebody saying, "Oh, you got to pay $400 in import taxes." And I'm like, "What?" For like, $1,500 worth of stuff, whatever it was. It was so expensive. So that was like for $1,500 to pay $400 in import taxes. If you have these exotic handbags that are $30,000, so that's like an insane amount of money per bag. So this is clearly why she did it, and she pleaded guilty. So I'm going to be following this story because I just want to know, are they going to throw the book at her? Her not her prosecutors, her defense attorneys are saying that this is just purely like an administrative issue, and her penalty should not be that harsh. But I want your opinion. I would love to know what you think about this story. Do you think it's as ridiculous as I am? Because look, Nancy Gonzalez is a global brand. You find her stuff in Saks, Neiman's. When you run a business, you need to run the business legit. It has to be legitimate. You can't look, and she got caught, and the smuggling period was from 2017 to 2019. So it was for 2 years. And look, then we all know what happened in 2020. So that probably interrupted her operations, right? But I'm just like, are you kidding me? You're a whole 70 years old, okay? You're not a spring chicken, what I mean. You're not meaning you're not new to the game. What? Why are you doing this? And you're not only putting yourself at risk, but you put other people at risk as well. And I was surprised that she got her employees to do this. Like, that is ethically, that is like not right. Look, if you're doing it with your family and friends, that's between you. But trying to get your employees, like, I hope that she wasn't blackmailing them, telling them, well, if you don't do it, you're going to lose your job or something like that. And I mean, when you come through customs, out of the country, you're coming in from a flight abroad. You've got to declare stuff. You have to declare stuff. And, they have the right to take your stuff away. They do. So can you imagine being an employee kind of going through that in your mind? You got this exotic handbag, which, you don't see on the street every single day. So it's not something that's very common. But then you're seeing, you're in the airport with this, and that is not yours, and it's going to end up in a showroom in New York, right, to be sold on to retailers. Come on. And they said she did hundreds of them. So they must have seen a pattern of people coming in from a certain location with these handbags that are theirs. And it just, something got flagged. And I'm sure they saw it, they saw the pattern, and then they watched as she and her team was smuggling these exotics, right? So drop me a comment in the comment section, because I really want to know what you think about this story. I think it's hilarious. It's sad. I think it's really rather silly, that this is not the way to go out. You build a legacy, a global legacy, and your last, or I don't know, she's getting up to 20 years per charge of not conspiracy, but oh yeah, conspiracy, bringing it in. Like, seriously, she could spend the rest of her life in prison, and I'm sure she's got a whole family. That's just really that's just really, really messed up. But there it is. This is what people will do for money. You should never let money lead. Okay. Work ethically, work in the best interests of others. It comes back to you tenfold. There's no reason that you are a global brand that is well known and you're smuggling in hundreds of handbags into the US. Just absolutely ridiculous. All right. Okay. So, our next segment of the show is Fab Finds. All right. So each week I'm going to be bringing to you just some, really great buys that I come across. I spend many days of the week shopping and curating for clients. And I'm always hunting for great deals for them. And with it being Cyber Monday, I wanted to share some that are hot off the press, that are live pretty much right now. And everything, again, that I've got that I show you on screen, we're going to have the links for it in the description, so you can shop for it too. All right. So I'm going to share my screen again. Let's jump into it. All right. Let's get Nancy, poor Nancy, pleading guilty. Let's get you out of the out of the way. All right. Let's head over to Bloomingdale's. So these are some pieces that I already sourced. Oops. Here we go. Think we should see that now. Yeah, we are rocking and rolling. So Bloomingdale's has a really great sale going on right now for Black Friday. They've got a lot of pieces that are like 20, 30% off. And I was like, okay, I know, one of the brands that I really love is Alice and Olivia. I curate for them for some clients. I actually have some Alice and Olivia pieces here for a fitting that we have tomorrow. And Alice and Olivia, their aesthetic is just really cool girl vibe. Pieces that you're not going to see everywhere. Just really, just a lot of fun, feminine and fun. Okay, so this embellished heart cutout, so cute. Originally 395, right now it's on sale for 296.25. And as of this morning, these are the sizes that are available. Will this be everyone's taste with the cutout? Maybe, maybe not. I think it depends on how adventurous you want to be seen. Excuse me, how adventurous you want to be and how you want to be seen. But it doesn't mean that with the cutout that you couldn't rock like a cool colored cami or tank underneath, if you didn't want to expose skin. But I just think it's such a really cool look, and I do like look at that right there. This little one heart in the back. I think that's rather groovy. So that's a great buy. That's a Fab Find for you. Next, waking up my screen here. Also, Alice and Olivia. I told you I was looking at Alice and Olivia today. So this cute romper. It is houndstooth. Look at that. So if you like showing your legs, this is the romper to get. This is the piece to get. A nice flat zip in the back. We've got beautiful details in the buttons, kind of like pearlized buttons here. So a modern chic look. This would look amazing with tall boots as well to really give that super sexy vibe. But wearing it with pumps like this, I think is absolutely just fabulous because then you're just seeing legs. I think this is a really great piece for going to kind of like a holiday do where you're not necessarily in cocktail, but it's very it's an elevated vibe. This is really, really a great buy. It's originally 550. It's on sale for 330. As you can see, at Bloomingdale's, it's sold out here in 0, 2, and 4, and 14, but we've got 6, 8, 10, and 12, which is awesome because most women are in these regular sizes here, right? So definitely check that out. All right, I have another one for you from Alice and Olivia. Again, I need my screen just to refresh here. All righty. So it's so funny. We recently had a trunk show for one of the brands that I partner with, and one of our clients came in with a pair of jeans that she got from a boutique, and they were just like this. They weren't. I don't think they were not Alice and Olivia. They're very very similar. But when I saw this morning, I was like, oh my gosh, I have to share this. They only have it available in 24 and 25 in the size right now. So kind of looking in that small, extra small realm in the blue. Let's see, what do they got going on in the black? Ooh, in the black, they've got many sizes available. So it's originally 695. Yikes. $700 for a pair of jeans. That is very pricey. Will people do it? Yes, they will. But hey, if we can get it for less money, we can get it for less money. So the charcoal black denim version is on sale for 521.25, and then the lightning blue, kind of a medium wash, light to medium wash version. That one is on sale for 347.50. But again, the blue wash only is available in a size 24 and 25. But what a way to make a statement! Like, look how groovy that is with the movement. I just think that's just a fun vibe. I absolutely love that. So again, a link for this is going to be in the chat, so you can check that out. All right, moving right along, let's go on to good old Banana. Banana's a favorite of mine. Sometimes I got like a little bit of a love-hate relationship with Banana. They'll have sometimes, and not lately, it's been a couple of years, but they go through trends where maybe the quality isn't as great. But for the past 2 years, the quality has been really, really nice. But I love this pinstripe blazer. It has lurex in it. And for those of you that don't know what lurex is, it is, when you wear a top that has like a sparkly thread, like it can be gold, silver. Sometimes it can be a color, but it's a metallic. That is what Lurex is. So as you can see, this is a really cool vibe right here for the holiday season. Check that out. Looks like they have it in the bottom as well, but super, super, super cute. Here's the back of it. And then the front over here with the lapel open. She's got it layered over a fitted, looks like a mock neck top, welted pockets. It is double breasted. And so you can see the fine detail. So that's not white, but it's actually metallic. So a really great piece for the holiday party season, or wearing something to work where you want to be a little bit festive, but like you don't want to, be wearing kind of the traditional red and green. It's just something that's a little bit fresh and modern. So it's normally 270. It's 40% off. So it's a little over $100 off. That is a really good buy for, especially for a new release. Okay. So we have that. And then next we have also with banana, this metallic pleated skirt. It's an accordion pleat. It is maxi length. They have many sizes available in regular. Let's look at petite and see what's going on in petite. Oh, yeah, they got it in petite as well. Also 40% off. So if you downloaded my trend report for fall winter that we released a couple months ago, and if you haven't, we'll have a link for that in the show notes as well. Make sure that you do, because I think we had, I don't know, like 12 or 13 trends for the season. But one of the trends that I shared was metallic, right? We're seeing that come again alive in so many cool and innovative ways. And I just love the way this skirt looks. This will look great with like a cropped leather jacket on top. Here they've got it styled with what looks like a cashmere sweater with a long maxi coat. Just absolutely really, really beautiful. And the shine on it, it's like a lame, right? So it's got kind of this liquid, it almost looks like mercury. A really, really great buy. Again, $180, 40% off. I've got the link for it in the chat. So definitely check that out. All right, the last few pieces I want to show you are going to be from Saks Off Fifth. Another great place to get great deals. So trying to wake my computer up here. It's one of those things where, I'm live and everything is kind of bogged down. Here we go. All right, so I specifically looked up Veronica Beard on Saks Off Fifth because they carry Veronica Beard, and it is this is the place to get great deals on Veronica Beard pieces, especially this time of year. So right now, this leather pant, so it's not vegan leather, it is pure leather. I don't know what type of leather it is. It probably is calfskin since that's soft and durable. But it's a beautiful kind of a somewhat not the whitest, but a wide leg silhouette, cropped. It's a high rise, so for those of us ladies that love a high rise, this is your jam right here. It's originally $1,098. It is on sale for $399.99. That's 63% off. But then you also get an additional 25% off if you spend 150 or more using their code CYBER. I mean, that's a nice deal. And that's an extra 25% off of this on top of the, what was it? So we have six, seven, it was already $700 off to start. And you're getting another 25%. And you meet the threshold, it's a $150 purchase. This is $399. You're going to meet that purchase, even if you just get this by itself, right? Rich color, it's oxblood. Love an oxblood. Oxblood is kind of like a deep brown, kind of burgundy color. Gorgeous for the fall. And Veronica Beard quality is excellent. So the thing about it is they only have it in the size 0, size 10. So, and look, 158 people are looking at this right now, okay? So if you're interested in this, you need to get it in your cart ASAP, all right? And I'll share one more piece with you. So this one, I'm not gonna lie, I cheated. I saw this morning and I sprung for it and got it. Oh my God. They only had three sizes available, and they only had one left in a size two, which happens to be my size. So I went ahead and bought it. But I want to show it to you because you may be able to find it elsewhere. If we have the time, we'll see if we can find it elsewhere at a good deal for you. But at Saks Off Fifth, the original price was 748. It's on sale for 298, so 60% off. And then I did get an extra 25% off because it was $150 or more. But look at this sexy one shoulder dress. So I've been in this vibe of like these blazer dresses. I have a beautiful you again, if you follow me on social, you will see that I've worn it a couple of times from Cincassette. This beautiful blazer dress. Um, it's black and it's got these really cool details on it. Absolutely love it. But here's a really fun take on this. So I'm looking to break this out either at some holiday party this year or a New Year's Eve party or after the new year. I mean, this is this is what I'm talking about, making a statement. It's well tailored, it's different, it's sexy, it's sophisticated, it's chic. I love the length of it. I love showing leg, right? These are the opportunities. Like when I saw it and I saw there was only one left in the two, I pounced on it. This is what opportunity shopping is really all about. All right. So those were my Fab Finds for you. And again, the link for each item is going to be included in the show notes so that you can have instant access and not spend, so much time going down a rabbit hole trying to find these pieces. Okay. But I share these with you because when you get your wardrobe to a point where you're pretty much in maintenance mode, okay, you're going to end up shopping like I do, opportunity shopping. You see something that's unique, you're not going to see it again. It's available at a great price point, especially that's a plus. It's available in your size. You know you can spring for it, get it. And you may not. And so, this may be kind of contrary to the whole idea of kind of editing your wardrobe and having clothes that you are wearing. But a majority of the clothes that I have and I curate, it comes out of opportunities like what I just showed you. And I buy it and I hold it. And it's not a matter of if I'll wear it or I hope to wear this someday. Oh no, I know she will be worn. She will be worn. And I wait for the right moment. And I'm telling you, when that one event comes up, Roxanne is ready. I'm never scrambling unless it's something where there is a specific theme that they want you to dress a certain way. I am never scrambling at the last minute because I have a wardrobe that is built out that I have something for every occasion. All right. So I want you to get to that point too. But anyway, I hope you enjoy the Fab Finds. Let me know in the comment section which of those items, really kind of floated your boat, or maybe it didn't. I don't know. Or you can share some cool finds that you had. You can drop your comments and your links in the comment section below. Okay. All right. Now I want to talk a little bit about negotiating one's self-worth. Okay. So this is a little bit of a story time, and it's meaningful. And I've had this conversation before in other platforms, but I thought it was really relevant to share here. And what really brought this to the surface was over the weekend. One of my existing clients in California, she actually posted a comment on the blog post. So what I'm going to share with you, it is in a blog post. So if you want to read it in entirety, we will have those that link included in the show notes. But her comment kind of like brought it back to me. I was like, okay, I really want to talk about this. So let me share this with you. Take a look at what I just posted here. So a little bit of the backstory. A couple of years ago, we had a client in Oklahoma, Really, really lovely lady who she's active in the military. She was looking to retire in a few years. But at that time she was active, and her husband purchased the Lux styling experience, the one that I have on sale right now, Cyber Monday, don't forget, right? Um, he purchased that for her as a gift. And she was graduating to get her master's. I mean, she had so many amazing things going on. But because she was in the military, she is just kind of in military gear all the time. And let's give a little shout out to our active duty and our military vets. And before, when I mentioned that I don't ever have anything on sale or in discount, apart from this little Black Friday splash that we've been doing, that we've been really doing well. People have been taking advantage of the 20% savings. The only discounts I offer are for clients that are active or former military. They, for a lifetime, they always get 10% off of my styling services. And that is just my thank you to them for protecting our great country. So, anyway, so I was rebuilding her wardrobe, and we had a phenomenal experience. She actually is one of my client testimonials, now that I think about it, on our YouTube channel. If you check out the channel and look at some other videos, she talks about her experience. And this was a massive, massive game changer for her, because she was coming into her own. She was in her 30s. She had beautiful children, wonderful husband, doing it all. But her clothes just did not say that. And she did not know what to do, where to start. So, anyway, we did the Lux styling experience with her and had a wonderful, wonderful time with her. She still remains to this day one of my most favorite clients. And so she would post, well, she initially posted some of the outfits that we styled for her on her Facebook page, her personal Facebook page. And then every once in a while, she would do kind of outfit updates. But when she made that initial post of probably about like 10 or so different outfits, everyone was like giving her flowers and just like saying like, "Oh my God, like you look so amazing." Everyone was beaming in her happiness, and I was too. It was really, really beautiful to see. Um, so when I was looking through the comments, this comment that I posted up here, this is what this lady said. Another lady posted and said, "That's awesome. I would love to do something like this, but I'm sure it's pricey." And then she goes on to say, "You're a beautiful person and love that smile." So someone was kind of again giving her some love, right? Well deserved love. And when I read this, I like, Roxanne putting her style therapist hat back on yet again. I'm reading this, and it stopped me in my tracks. I'm just like, oh my goodness, this is a perfect example. So I remember at the time, that's why you see the screenshot, because I screenshotted it. I was like, people need to know this mentality. Okay. So I want you to sit and ruminate on this comment that's right here. Okay. That's awesome. I would love to do something like this, but I'm sure it's pricey. Let's kind of sit on that for a moment. So I'll share with you what my response was to her. And I said, blah, 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 first name. She truly is, isn't she? And though we don't know each other, I want to share with a thought with you coming from a place of love. Let's reframe what you said into, quote, "I would love to do something like this, and I will invest in myself in a special way like this in the future." I challenge you and all women to never equate your value with a price tag. Instead, ask yourself, how much am I worth? You are worth it, and the life changing value that you got from this experience that she experienced, that she had, or anything else that impacts you in such a profound way is truly priceless. So no buts, no buts this, no but that. We're going to change it to ands, right? And I just go on to say, let me go get off my soapbox and all that. So I shared that with you because I wanted you to know kind of like what was in my head as I'm reading this and what that conversation was between she and I was the bedrock of the blog post of, again, the question, are you negotiating your self-worth? Again, that link is going to be included in the chat, um, pinned to the top of the comments. So where what happens is that we're often, and I have these conversations daily. Okay. When I'm having style intensives with potential clients, and style intensives are free 1 hour complimentary deep dive sessions where we truly are looking at what's getting in the way of you being the best, looking your best, feeling your best, right? Specifically as it relates to image and wardrobe. I hear all of the reasons. I'm not saying that they're excuses because these are these women's truths, but they are all the reasons of why you should not do something. Okay. I want to do this, but it's pricey. I want to do this, but I don't have, like, all of these buts. We're literally putting roadblocks in front of us all the time. And this is such a profound example, and it's in writing. She's giving someone her flowers and she's even kind of thinking about it. Oh gosh, I would love to do something like this. I would love to do something like this. But, right? So let's change that. Let's reframe it. So when I wrote the blog post, and these are just 4 quick points I'm going to share with you, what we need to do is make sure that you are paying attention and you're checking yourself, okay? So these roadblocks, these are fleeting moments that we have at any given time, okay? And what you are doing is you're negotiating your self-worth. You're taking yourself down a path that you don't need to, right? Automatically, it comes off your tongue. You say it faster than you even think it, and you're not even realizing the depth of what you're saying and the meaning that's actually behind it. So you have to start listening to how you talk to yourself. Are we talking to ourselves? I talk to myself. I'm not gonna lie, right? How we're talking about ourselves. How are we reframing? Okay, that and that's actually the next point. You have to reframe how you think about yourself. You know, don't use but, use and. Change that into an and. Okay. And like I told her to reframe that, I rewrote her sentence. I would love to do something like this, and I will invest in myself in a special way like this in the future. Right. It could be something where an and I want to do something like this, and I want to talk to the personal stylist that you worked with. I want to do something like this, and I'm going to investigate um, what this looks like price wise so that I can budget for it. Okay. You see how that conversation is completely different now? We're turning it into positive, we're turning it into action. So, reframing how you think about yourself is going to be important so that you're not negatively negotiating, because negotiating is give and take. Negotiation is not a bad thing. It's a bad thing if you are losing. Okay. We don't want to lose. Okay. So we want to do that. We want to also ask ourselves, what if? So, what if I, and this is a great phrase because it opens the possibilities of, your imagination, and you start kind of playing in your head. Oh, well, if I did this, what could it look like? We're hypothesizing, right? That's essentially what it is. And you're asking, well, what if I did talk to a stylist? What's the worst that could happen? What if I, saved, $400 per month to go toward an experience like this? You're putting yourself in the driver's seat by exploring, right? And discovering what could be. That's so important. And the last point on this is any investment that you make in yourself is priceless. Okay. Any investment. It could be having a conversation. It can be doing research. Okay. What she was saying here, but it's pricey. What if it wasn't pricey? Right? And I mean, and what everyone's definition of pricey is going to be a little bit different. Okay. I get that. I honor that. And it's a real thing. And we should not be doing things that we don't afford because that's a very fast way to ruin. However, you don't know what you don't know, right? Ask a question, do research, talk to a consultant, get different prices. When I tell you my husband's a jack of all trades when it comes to anything but the house, a lot of things he can do around the house because it's less expensive. But if there is something that we do need to outsource, he will get different quotes, okay, to figure out, and not necessarily to get the cheapest, because the cheapest is not necessarily the best. I will tell you that. I live by that, okay? That's why my services are at a premium. I'm not gonna lie. But you're looking for value, right? But anything that you do in moving the needle forward and thinking about yourself in that way, that is an investment that is priceless. Assumptions will get you nowhere. You have to ask the question. So, ladies, please do not negotiate yourself out of any great life experience that is going to help you get to where you need to be. Okay. And I'm just going to share one last comment about this. This is the comment that my client posted on the blog post. And I'll tell you this, what's interesting is that that blog post has been up because, again, this happened 2 years ago. This blog post has been up for 2 years. This is the very first comment that the blog post has ever had. And I get comments on my blog post. And I have a hypothesis for that. I theorize that the reason that that's happened is that I'm calling these ladies to the carpet. I'm calling you to the carpet because you know that you're doing this, right? And I'm hoping that with you maybe not responding, that you're taking a moment for some self reflection and maybe taking in what I'm saying and hopefully changing some of the behaviors, right? But I do think it's interesting that no one commented on this blog post and it gets a lot of traffic. It does. But I want to read what my client shared. She said, "Dear Roxanne, I read this post a long time ago. And mind you, she wrote this, I think, this past Saturday, like 2 days ago. I read this post a long time ago, but circled back around to it again. And this time it reached me in a new way. Negotiating my self worth has been a long journey, and reading this a second time is reinforcing my emerging sense of confidence and worthiness. I love the tool changing but to and. I don't have the resources right now, and I can't wait to prioritize working with you in the future, in the new year, to upgrade my wardrobe and life. And the what if tool. What if I invest in myself through a wardrobe upgrade soon? I will increase my confidence, feel better in my clothes, and step out ready to take on my professional goals and dreams. Thank you for all that you do, your commitment to style, and especially to helping women grow into their most beautiful selves. You are such an inspiration. Thank you. That warmed my heart this weekend because I was feeling a little bit under the weather coming out of the Thanksgiving holiday. And I read that and I like melted. And it just reinforced to me why we do why we do what we do. But I want you to understand again what goes behind this work. There's a lot of baggage that we carry for ourselves, and it's only us getting in the way of us at the end of the day. So thank you so much for that, Dawn. And let me know your comments. I want to know what perhaps negative things are you saying to yourself on a day-to-day basis when it comes to your image? Okay. What roadblocks do you put in front of yourself? Have you been interested in maybe working with someone like me, but were afraid to reach out and ask a question, right? Or have a conversation? So tell me what behaviors you have been or haven't been doing in the comment section. I'd love to know and share my additional insights as we go along and continue the discussion. All right. So thank you for that. All right. So, ooh, this is a fun segment. So this is something I'm going to be doing weekly. Okay. a lot of people are interested in what I have in my closet as a stylist, and I have a lot. I have a lot of fun, what I think are fun pieces. They're fun pieces to me. So we have this segment called "What's in Roxanne's Closet." So today I'm going to show you. Actually, I'm going to show you three things. One thing. Let me just rephrase this. Each week I'm striving to show you like one piece and tell you a little story time about it, but I'm sharing these three pieces because they all kind of happened at the same time. And I'm actually wearing one of them, so I'll go ahead and show you this lovely blouse right here. I was invited to a Dolce and Gabbana kind of a fashion showcase last week at Neiman Marcus in North Park, and they had models modeling all the newest from the current collection. And the current collection that they have going on is actually a one collection specifically at Neiman Marcus. So we will include links in the show notes for you. I actually believe this may be sold out when I got it that same night, and there were like two left in my size or something like that. But this is the beautiful silk blouse. Um, we've got a pussy bow moment going on here. Of course, with Dolce, you have just the signature florals, right? Signature Dolce. But I love that we've got this fun polka dot theme going on in the background, this beautiful stripes kind of separating the patterns. Just so much fun. So very light. It's silk, so it's very breathable. Super, super comfortable. Give me Drop a one in the chat if you like this top. I know I like it obviously because I'm wearing it and I bought it. But when I saw this on the model, I was like, stop the presses. I want to try that on. So drop a one in the comment box if you like this top. And again, we'll include a link for you in the show notes. All right. So the next piece that I got for what's in my closet, and this is so cool because it's kind of doubling as a unboxing at the same time. So, and I literally I got this. I haven't even opened it up yet. All right. But I got this beautiful pair of boots also from the show. Now we went for a Dolce and Gabbana show, okay, but I didn't come out with just Dolce and Gabbana stuff. You know, it was leading into the Thanksgiving holiday. Sales were going on, and Versace is one of the luxury brands that actually puts their pieces on sale from time to time. Not all luxury brands do that. So my husband actually spotted this, and I'm not gonna lie, my husband his he's got he's got good fashion sense when it comes to me, for sure. So here's some dust bags. So I'm gonna do a reveal for you here. All right. What? Taking it out for the first time. So look at this. Hopefully you can get it all in the camera. Do a close up here. Check out this boot. So here's the deal with Versace. Versace is like all glam all the time. Like, look how hot that is. All glam all the time. But you know, I don't have too many pieces by Versace because for for me, some of this stuff is just like too much. Like, I don't love heavy logos. I don't like. It depends. If a logo is done in an interesting way, I can get down with it. But I don't like big, kind of like heavy, gaudy stuff for the most part. I do have one piece that is kind of borderline from Fendi, but that's a different story and has a very unique look. But I love this because we have the Versace insignia right here, but it's not like massive. Normally it would be totally massive, but this is such a beautiful leather boot. And obviously I tried it on and it's actually rather comfortable, I will say. It does have a pointy toe. Okay, let's look at the other one and make sure that she's okay. So I'm so excited because I get to unbox this with you. Here's the other one. So perfect condition. Can't wait to wear this with my sweater dresses for the fall. Over to wear over my leggings and like a nice big kind of like cashmere poncho. This is just a great fall moment and a great addition to my boot collection. So that's number two or three of what's in my closet. And for the last piece, they're also shoes. And they also happen to be designer. So I just want to let you know that I don't buy only designer clothing. When I say designer, as in luxury designer, definitely not. Look, I was just showing you some great finds that I saw on like Banana Republic, right? And there are other fantastic contemporary brands that I love and buy from. But when there's a good sale, honey, I'm on it. So here's the deal. When you are shopping, it's important to have relationships. And these are great because these are relationships that I get to lever for my clients. But anyway, when we're at this event, my shoe SA, sales associate, she was like, okay, this is on the stuff that she got for me was on sale now. The top was not on sale, but she's not in shoes anyway. The boots were on sale, but she's like, Roxanne, tomorrow or the next day, I think it was the next day, she was like, there's another Tom Ford shoes that are gonna be on sale. And she was like, and there's some pieces that I want to show you in case you want to take advantage of it. So she showed me, she probably bought out like three different pairs. And I fell in love with these. And she held them for me. And I'm not gonna say her name because I don't know if she was supposed to do that or not. But she held them for me. And then I just paid by phone a couple of days later when it got on sale. And these are still on sale, ladies. All right. The items that we're dropping, the Versace boots and the Tom Ford, they're still available and on sale. So we're going to have those links for you. Okay. But look at this gorgeous, gorgeous black. It's like a satin and velvet sling back. Let's take all this stuff out of here. Now, I love my heels. Okay. I love my heels. This is absolutely gorgeous on. And I think we may have, there is some footage of me trying these on. I don't think that we posted it because we were busy with the holiday last week. So check out my Instagram. Again, that link is also in our show notes if you're not following me already. But isn't this a gorgeous shoe? This is like perfect for evening wear. The sun's coming over here now. Perfect for evening wear. Just so dainty and feminine and pretty and simple. See that detail? Look at that. Just beautifully made. And this right here, this part of the vamp here, it looks like it's leather, but it's not. It's a satin. Okay? Absolutely gorgeous. So I want to inspect the other one. You always want to make sure you inspect your shoes, ladies, especially if they're not ones that you tried on. They actually had to order. Um, they had my size in a different color. They had it in actually a hot pink, but I didn't want that. I wanted the black because I thought I would get more versatility out of it. So here's the other one in great condition. So my next step with these two pairs of shoes, the Tom Fords and the Versace, is that I'm going to be taking them to Dino's. Dino's is a cobbler in Highland Park Village. I take all my shoes there to get protective soles put on the bottom. Um, Before I start wearing my shoes, that's the very first thing that I always do. So I will be making a trip there because it just makes it last longer, right? And if you're going to be making investment in pieces like this, you want to make sure that you're taking care of them, right? That's super important. So those are the items from what's in my closet this week. Again, you got treated a little bit because it was I happened to get those three items kind of at the same time. But when we do this weekly, it's going to be one item per week with a little story time behind it. So I hope you enjoy that. Let me know what you think about the Dolce & Gabbana blouse, the Versace boots, as well as a Tom Ford slingback in velvet and satin. All right, drop a comment in the comment box. Let me know what you're thinking. All right, so let's see here. Now we're toward the end. I wanted to have some time to talk to you with questions and comments that you have. So instead of Q&A, as I like to be a little bit different, I'm doing a Q and C, okay? So I invite you to, in the comment section, again, questions that you have that you would love for me to talk about or discuss or show in future shows. Just drop a comment and let me know. Or on Instagram, send me a DM or comment on a post. We're going to be regularly posting, we're going to be asking for questions to be asked on our Instagram. So if you're not following me, again, it's at Roxanne Carn _stylist. It'll be in the show notes. Make sure that you're following me on Insta. Okay, so I had two questions that actually happened to come from Dawn this week too. So her question was, she was looking basically for some quick tips on thrifting. She said things are really tough out there right now, which it is for a lot of people, right? But she's still determined to kind of turn things around for a wardrobe. She's got the right spirit. And wow, thrifting is such a great way to do that. So when you are thrifting, you want to think about both thrift shops as well as consignment shops, okay? And because they both serve a different purpose. Thrift shops, not always, but a lot of their pieces are more kind of like everyday pieces. And I'm talking about clothing. Thrift shops, you can find a whole lot of things in thrift stores, right? But you kind of find more like everyday pieces. Let me change this here. The sun is shifting. There we go. It's a little bit better. Um, In consignment shops, you're going to find typically more high-end pieces that are lower price, may not be at the thrift price, but you can still get a really good deal and deep discounts. So more high-end contemporary or luxury pieces. So make sure that you're looking at both because some really, really great deals can be had. I will give you an example. Last week, I did an Instagram, or actually it wasn't on Instagram, it was through their own platform, but I did a live with Clothes Horse Anonymous based here in Dallas. And every month now I'm going and I'm talking about specific pieces that kind of catch my eye and different ways to style it and whatnot. And I'm live with their audience. And there was this one piece that, good grief, I cannot remember the brand. But when I did my research on it, and I said this in the live, the jacket, it was like $2,000. I think it was like the retail price was like 1995. A really, really, really beautiful piece. And they were selling it for less than $100. And they explained to me kind of why there was a reason like why that happened. But it was 100 because it was like an additional discount. They had some promotion going. And I'm just like, this is practically free. A $2,000 jacket. That was at the consignment shop. Okay. Now, the thing is on the thrift side is that you want to check the thrifts as well. Because what I find is that a lot of times some of the people that are doing the intake, that are handling what's coming into the thrift store, they might not be all hepped up on who all the luxury designers are or high-end contemporary, things like that. So they may price things and not even know like that's a gem. Okay. So that's why I say you want to kind of have your hand in both fields. When thrifting, you also need to know who the quality brands are. You need to know what you're looking for so that am I getting a great deal? Is it worth it for me to pay this price? Okay. If you're just going to a thrift store and you're just like, oh, this looks cute. Something may look cute, but it could be very cheaply made. All right. So get to know quality brands and just have a little list and maybe you may find a quality brand through your thrifting too. It can work in reverse for sure, but you should definitely know what you are looking for. And speaking of quality, you want to make sure that you are going after really great class. Well, that's to the next point. You're going after pieces that are not falling apart. Okay. You want to check the seaming. You want to check the color for fading. You want to check for pilling, all of the above. All right. Quality is important when you are thrifting. Here's a fun tip too. Look in the men's section. Check out and see what's going on in the guys section because there can be some great kind of like blazers or overcoat moments. Because not every guy is, big and buff and, bulky. There aren't. There's some smaller men out there. There's some leaner men out there. And then also the cuts, especially if you're looking at things that are cut in the European style, it's very slim versus American, which is a little bit more relaxed. So check out the men's section, particularly for jackets, overcoats, and shirts. And I say shirts because you can totally rock like the oversized shirt moment. All right. So that's a tip for you. Definitely be open to alterations. Okay. Look, clothes that we buy, unless you're getting, custom bespoke clothing made for you on a daily basis, everything that you buy it's ready to wear. Pret-a-porter, ready to wear. It's for the masses. So especially if you're going thrifting, you're not going to necessarily find things that are in your size. It may be a size too big, but guess what? If you get it and spent a little bit of money and got it tailored to you, then it will look like it was made for you, right? And that's just a general tip I have in mind for shopping anyway. If you can't find something that's in your size, go a size or two up and get it tailored, okay? But be open to alterations because you will see that a lot of pieces that are thrifted may not fit the best way on you. But if there's potential and you see it, definitely invest in it. The other tip I have for thrifting is consistency. So this is where you have to like invest time, all right? Consistency is going to be key here. You need to be regularly visiting that thrift shop or that consignment shop and making relationships. In the last segment, I talked about the relationship that I have at my local Neiman's and getting the hookup on the shoes, right? Before that sale was made public, I was able to snag the shoes that I wanted. Um, Same deal when new consignments come in. If someone knows your style or knows the brand that you're targeting or knows the vibe, the aesthetic that you really, really enjoy, they can send you a text or an email and send you a picture, say, hey, you're interested in it. They will do this. Their whole point is to sell clothing, right? At great deals, but consistency is key. So you either want to go to these regularly, maybe find out, is there a certain day that you put your stock out, new stock every week? If it's every Tuesday, okay. Every Tuesday during lunch, I'm popping over to so and so's thrift store or in the evening, okay? Or I'm going to go every Saturday. Things tend to get, what is it called? Picked over and it's things get messy. Try to go when it's slow and you have time to actually like move through and see what they actually have. But consistency is going to be key because that's how you are able to get your hands on the best pieces available at any given time. All right. And yeah, those are my tips for thrifting. Okay. Dawn's second question was for seniors. So our ladies that are in our golden ages who want to be stylish and not trying to be 20 something, like some general tips there. So, my tips for you are really centered on staying with classic pieces, clean lines, clean design, um, you know, classic patterns, neutrals. I'm not saying you can't do color, but if you want to be stylish, one of the easiest ways is to do a monochromatic look in a neutral, particularly ivory. It looks luxurious from top to bottom. All right. So sticking to classic pieces, and then classic pieces. that are actually tailored. They're tailored to you. I talked about tailoring. Making it look like it was made for you takes that elegance factor up to here. And you're not going to be necessarily looking, not to say that 20 something year olds aren't stylish, but just in terms of overall, I think what she's talking about is elegance and sophistication. When you have pieces that look really fantastic on you, it's a showstopper. It always is. Let's see, what else did I add in my notes for this? Layering. So being able to have a great, you know, jacket over, a great blouse. Maybe there's another underpinning within the blouse. If it gets too warm, you can shed layers, open things up a little bit. Strategic layering also is going to be tying back to that classic look. Adding statement jewelry. Okay. And jewelry does not have to be trendy. It can be very sleek, very sophisticated, but adding a piece in here and there that can be maybe the basis of a conversation opener. A great necklace, a really great cuff bracelet, something that looks like a piece of artwork will definitely take you into that sophisticated level, and certainly dressing appropriately for your age. And then finally, footwear, having some classic yet comfortable footwear. So right now, loafers have been trending so much this year. They're flats, you know. We talked earlier, we talked about style being cyclical and pieces coming back. Loafers are just it. They're comfortable. They take on so many different styles these days. So that's a sophisticated look right there. Flats in general are going to be a little bit more comfortable, or something with a block heel. Definitely check out those types of pieces that have, again, clean lines and clean design, but coming back to the comfort factor too. That are not going to be uncomfortable, because there's nothing that looks unsophisticated like you're struggling to like walk in heels, right? So I think if you kind of think about building a wardrobe as a senior around those core areas, you can really have that look of being stylish, elegant, sophisticated, but not necessarily playing in the trend zone as much. And again, being consistent with that. Okay, so Dawn, I hope that was helpful to you. I'd love to know, ladies, what answers that you may have, both to the thrifting, because I know a lot of people love to thrift. What other tips that you may be able to share with Dawn? And then also, for our ladies that are, again, in their golden years, in terms of style, what do you employ in your wardrobe to make you kind of feel and look beautiful day in and day out? And not feel like you're dressing like a 20 something year old. Okay. So drop those comments in. And again, this is question and comments, questions that you have that you want me to answer on a future broadcast, on a future show. Just drop that in so that we can get that, and I can get that question answered for you. All right. Okay. So we have come to the end of our first show. So I want to give a round of applause. I want to give a little ding. Again, this show is meant to be fun, informative, to be playing in the background, perhaps while you're working or driving. If you're watching it in the replay, like seeing the cool stuff that I'm sharing your comments. Again, we're going to be here every single Monday at 12 noon Central Time. All you have to do is be subscribed to my YouTube channel, right? Make sure you click that notification bell so that you know that when we are going live, maybe get a sneak peek at some topics that we're talking about. And definitely visit me over Instagram at Roxanne Carn _stylist to see what we're up to there, and also share your comments and suggestions on content that you would love to see. So thank you so much for those of you that were able to join us live today. I'm so happy. And I want to hear from you more in the comment section. We didn't really have that many comments kind of flowing during the live, right? Then again, I want this to be interactive, but I also know that you're probably at work too, so I don't want to get you in trouble for work, right? But perhaps on the replay or afterward, drop your comments. Let's have that discussion. And thank you for joining me again for Hot Happenings. Have a beautiful, productive and stylish week. I will see you next Monday at 12 noon Central Time. Have a great week ahead. Bye for now.